To get started, we're going to set up our project with Express. Before we jump into this video, go to training.mammoethinteractive.com. Here you can sign up for the Mammoth Unlimited membership and get access to all of the courses we've ever created. That's over 2,000 hours of content. So join me in your terminal application. Here I am in my terminal. It's also called the command line or the command prompt. And whether you're on Mac, Windows, or Linux, you can follow along. We're going to be using npm to install the Express generator as our first package. So make sure you have npm installed in order to use this command. We're going to call install followed by -g to install this package globally so it can be used in any folder. Then we're going to call the package name express-generator. All right, so here we go. We have written our command. We can hit enter, and that is going to install for us the Express generator. Next, let's create a new folder to store our project. So you can enter one of your folders, like you can go into your documents with CD documents. Then you can use pwd to see where you currently are, to see your current working directory. So go to somewhere on your computer. You could just be directly in your user. You don't have to go into documents. You could just be directly in the home here, which is just under your current user. Or you can cd into a subfolder. There, let's create a new folder. And for that, we're going to use mkdir, make directory, followed by our folder name. Let's call our folder our site visitors folder. I'm going to hit enter, and that will create the folder. Then I can cd into the folder. So I'm entering the directory, cd site visitors, and here I am now in my site visitors project folder. Next up, we are going to use Express to instantiate a new Express project. So type Express, and here we can take a look at our results. We get a warning that the default view engine will not be Jade in future releases. Okay, but our current default view engine is Jade. We're going to be changing that to EJS. So this is just what package you're using for templating. You can also see here what has been created. So we've created now by default a public folder with several files, a roots folder with several files, a views folder with several files, app.js, package.json for metadata, and a bin folder. We also can see if we want to install all of the dependencies, then we can use npm install to install everything that the app requires at once. We can also run the app with our command here, npm start. Let's use npm install to install all of the required dependencies for a default Express project. So we used Express generator to generate our Express project. We used Express to specifically create all of the folders of the project. So because we installed Express generator, we could use the Express command to quickly create a project. And then we used npm install to install all of the necessary packages. Okay, and you'll get a bunch of messages here. If you get a message that you need to run npm audit fix, then run npm audit fix and hit enter. This means that we just fixed any vulnerabilities that came up as part of our installation. All right, and we can also run our app with npm start. Okay, so here we have started our site, and we went to /bin/www. Then if we want to be able to see the default site that we just created, we can go to our local host at port 3000. So go to your web browser and go to localhost:3000. This means you're visiting your local at port 3000. So you are hosting a website locally. So this website is not on the web, it's just running locally on your computer at port 3000. And you can run multiple websites on your computer at different ports. Your website should say Express, welcome to Express. This means we've successfully set up our Express project. If you're getting an error message here, then read the error message and search it up online, because likely you need to install something or you made some mistake. You accidentally weren't able to install something that was required. So read the error messages that you get and search them up. And if you get this View Express, welcome to Express, it means you have been able to successfully create your project. We can also take a look at our project in our computer directory. Here is my site visitors project on my computer. All right, so I can see here I have app.js, bin, node modules to store all of the packages that we needed for the project, package locked, and package.json with our metadata. We have public, some public files, and routes, which route to several pages of the site, and views, where we are going to be using Jade by default, but we'll change that to EJS. All right, so here you can inspect one of these files by opening it with one of your code editors, such as app.js. You can open app.js with a code editor like Visual Studio and take a look at its contents. Here I have popped open app.js, and we can see here we have a lot of code here by default. We'll be editing some of this code later on. So app.js, first it has all of the required dependencies that we're using for the project, and this is just a default Express project. Then we have some routes for pages. Our view engine is currently Jade. We have some more things that we need to set up our project packages. We can also see that we can go to / or /users on our page, and the page also catches an error. This tells me on my local host, I can go to my localhost port 3000 /users. And look at this, we got respond with a resource. So that's because we saw that we were able to go to either the page /nothing or the page /users. If I try to go to something else like the page /user, then you'll get a message not found 404. That's because if a page is not set up by your app.js, then it won't be able to respond. You have to actually set up each page of the site, or else you'll get that error message. Let's take a look at some more files that were created in our default Express project. We have here our bin www. So this here is telling us that our port 3000 is already in use. We are saving the session, copying shared history, saving history, deleting expired sessions, none found, and the process was completed. Also in our project, we have node modules, and this is the node modules that are part of the project. Okay, and we install those with npm install. We also have package.json, which has the metadata for the project. Package lock is just a locked version of that. You can open up your package.json file and take a look at it. This just has the metadata for the project, and you can edit this because JSON is a JavaScript object notation file. So you can open it in your code editor. You can see the name of your site or project, the version, if it's private, the scripts to start the site. So you can use node.bin/www to start the site, or you can also use, as we did, node start. Then we have all the dependencies of the project as well. We have cookie parser, debug, express, HTTP errors, Jade, and Morgan. These are the 6 packages that the site is using to perform all of its tasks. Next, in our project folder, we also have a public folder. Now, currently, all of the subfolders here are empty, except for style.css, which has some default styling for our Express page. So this contains all the public files that you would render to your client or your users. You could put images in here, JavaScript, and style sheets. You can take a look at style.css. Just open it with a code editor, such as Visual Studio, and you can see all of the styles behind the page. So what we have here is our page is using padding on the body, and as well a font for the body, and a color for any anchor tags. It's this color right here, defined by a hex code. Right, so this is just some very basic styling that has been done on the site by default with our Express generator package. Also in our project, we have a roots folder. And here we have index.js and users.js. These are the two pages that our site currently has. It has a home page and a users page. We can open up our index or home with Visual Studio. Typically by convention, you'll see your home page called index. Here we can see we have set up Express and a router. Then the router is sending the home page. So the router listens for when a client or a user requests to go to this home page, which is just your website / nothing, and it will return a response here. And in this case, the response is to render the index view and pass it the data of the title of the page. And then we have module.export's router to export this router object. So this is the page that's listening for when someone wants to visit your home page. And if they want to visit your home page, it will send the index page. Next, we also have users.js, which is what is going to listen for when someone wants to visit your website and then / users. So in this case, we can see we have a very similar setup, but this time when someone wants to visit / users, we are going to be responding with just this piece of text that says respond with a resource. And that's exactly what we saw when we tested out going to our localhost port 3000 / users. Finally, in our page, we also have a views here, a views folder. Currently, we're using Jade for our views. Let's take a look at index.jade and open it up with one of the code editors that it allows. And here we go. In this case, it's Visual Studio Code. We're going to be changing this to use EJS instead. But here we can see index.js extends layout, and it passes in block content, a heading 1 of the title, and then a paragraph welcome to the title. So that's why we saw Express, welcome to Express. This is the Jade language here being used to render a page. We're going to be switching that to use EJS instead. All right, so this is how you can start a new Express project with the Express generator package. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to go to training.mammothinteractive.com. Here you can sign up for the Mammoth Unlimited membership, where you can get access to over 350 courses that we've created.